Hey, this is Brian Elaine from CrowdScribed, and I am here with Annie Downs. Annie, whose middle name is Elizabeth.
I wish. It's Foss, Forss, but the R is silent.
Okay, Foss,
So
awesome.
it's Foss,
That
Annie
is
Foss.
that's definitely the most unique middle name that we'll
And
probably
in
have on here.
truly Southern form, a lot of my family calls me Annie Foss.
Oh, wow.
Double name.
Speaking of unique, the name of your first book was perfectly unique, and your second book is called Speak Love, and that is actually out this week in August 2013. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, I love it. I love getting to talk to you, Brian, so easy cheesy.
Absolutely. All right, let's jump in. Question number one. What's the biggest difference for you in terms of writing book one versus book two?
That's a great question. You know, when I wrote my first book, it was kind of on accident. I was leading a small group of high school girls in my house in a Bible study, and they just asked me to tell them stories. And so I wrote it as like a weekly Bible study for the 20 girls at my house. And then through 6 years later, it got published by Zondervan. And then the second one, Speak Love, was really like, okay, I am in front of enough teenagers right now to know what is mattering to them and what is affecting them, and words are affecting them. And so Zondervan was generous enough to say, yeah, let's do that. That is a book that needs to be on the shelf. And so that's the biggest difference. Is the second one I know is for every teen girl that we can get it in front of, and the first one was for 20.
So question number two then is, what part of that process of writing this last book was your favorite? Was it the beginning when you had a first draft blank page, or was it maybe the editing near the end?
I love writing the last chapter. I have always loved writing the last chapter. I think it's an area that authors sometimes don't appreciate enough. I just finished reading another book by a nonfiction author, and at the end, I wanted her to recognize that we had been somewhere together.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I actually have another book that comes out in a year with Zondervan, and writing that, and the last chapter of all these books I've written feel like I'm saying goodbye to my friends.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's really important I think saying goodbye is really important in every situation.
Yeah.
And so that's my favorite part, is writing the ending, not because it's necessarily even the last thing I write, but because I feel like it's my chance to go, okay, did you get that? And did you know that I felt like I was with you? And did you feel like we did something together? Because I felt like we did. And I'm here for you. And, you know.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite part.
All right, question number three. One of the things that we want to do at CrowdScribed is connect readers to authors, especially even before the book is finished. So I'm curious, you've written 2 books for teen girls. Is that something that you've tried to do at all? Tried to use reader input to kind of shape the book?
For sure. I think on a lot of levels, it's important to, as soon as you can, involve the reader. Because not only will they feel connected to the content, but they'll feel connected to you as a human. And that's what builds tribes, right? Is when they feel connected to you outside of the product, is one of the things I think of a tribe,
Question number 4. Has anyone ever accidentally texted you thinking they were texting their wife and using a cat emoticon with heart eyes?
Yes, actually, you have.
Oh my gosh.
Wasn't that the best?
It
was the best.
It was the worst.
No, Brian, as soon as it came through and I knew you'd already turned your phone off because you were flying, I was like, this is my dream. That Brian would accidentally say, I'll text you when I land. Cat face with hard eyes. Oh, my gosh.
Here's the thing. I was literally, the first time ever that I've been on the plane with my phone in my hand and have the flight attendant say, sir, you need to put that away.
Oh, my gosh.
And so, I was looking for a better emoticon than cat with heart eyes, but, she was right on my shoulder, so I just hit that one a few times, sent it off.
Turned your phone off, not realizing that it was sent to Annie.
Yes.
Oh, it was a treat. I should have Instagrammed it. Maybe I still will. Can I do that?
You can. I'll probably have already shown the picture in this video so people.
Oh, okay.
So people can enjoy it. But.
Well, good. Still, anyway, super funny, Brian. That was such a highlight. That's true friendship, dude.
Yeah.
Real friendship is accidentally texting someone else than your wife, and it being a joke and not mortifying.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to do that for you. So, all right. Question number 5. What are your ideal writing conditions in terms of like time of day, maybe environment, that sort of thing?
Well, the hardest thing I think for a lot of authors to remember, if this is your life, is that this is your job. Mm-hmm. So you don't get to wait until you feel inspired to write. People always say like, when do you feel inspired? And I'm like, when I need a paycheck, which is always. So I write always, you know?
Yeah.
So I usually write, you know, I'm up and sitting at my desk by 8 or 9. Doesn't mean I'm like showered and ready to go, but I'm working.
Yeah.
I do the best creatively. This is so weird. I do the best creatively after like 2 o'clock in the winter. I know that's really bizarre, but when the sun sets early and I have from like 2 to 6, I can like knock out a ton of words. I have no idea why. But when we talk about books that are in the future, I'm always like, okay, let's make sure the deals are signed by November so that I can write through December, January, February. Usually, so afternoon is great for creatively for me. Morning is great for the work of it, the returning emails, editing. I like writing at coffee shops a lot because I like external noise that doesn't entertain me. So like when I'm working at home, I don't have the TV on.
Okay.
But I like hearing hubbub around me. When I'm editing, I'm at home in the silence, not radio. Who listens to radio? I don't have my tape deck going. I don't have my...
No Walkman,
So afternoon is really when I'm my creative best, especially in the winter, bizarrely.
Question number 6. What's the best advice that you could give to someone who wants to publish a book?
The best advice to someone who wants to publish a book, do it. If you think you have a story to tell and you think that there is value in what you are writing, publish it. There are so many opportunities to publish. I mean, like you and I talked about, my journey started self-publishing.
Yeah.
I self-published Perfectly Unique before Zondervan purchased it and published it in a much larger scale than I was able to do. But there are so many ways that we can get our messages across right now.
Yeah.
And I think that is intentional. I think that's where culture is going, is that more people have more opportunities to say what they want to say.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say, is sit down and write it.
All right, last question. Question number 7. When was the last time you...
Yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird, right?
Very strange. Hey, Annie, thanks so much for doing this. You can find Annie online at anniedowns.com.
Yep.
And your books are on Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
That's where you want people to
Unique
get them.
And Speak Love. And Speak Love also has a journal to go with it that is really, really beautiful. It's purple leather cover and has devotionals in it, and I'm really excited about both of those. So
awesome. So be sure to check Annie out there, anniedowns.com. And to connect with readers and authors, find great books, and even publish your own, you can visit CrowdScribed.com. Thanks so much, Annie.
Thanks, Brian. It was fun.
Yep.